Hi there, this is Paulette Downey, and I want to bring a message from the Lord. This is something that God has been speaking to me on for a couple of months now, and or a few months actually. And I did mention in one of my previous messages that I gave, and this one, but he's been speaking to me about it for months. This is a conversation that he's been having with me for months now. The reason why I've been holding back is because I was trying to get it into one of my messages. And I was thinking maybe I could get it into one of the messages that I'm giving on the 10 Commandments, but it's just going to be awkward. So I'm just going to give it in its own entity because it's just something that God is not letting up. Like it seems like as the days go on, then the intensity of the message to be delivered increases. So here it goes. So this is basically talking about when we are dealing with dynamics in relationships. And when I say relationships, it could be a platonic relationship, it could be a romantic relationship, work relationship, any kind of relationship. God wants me to, just make this very clear here. With God, okay, because God is creator of the universe, of all of heavens, of everything. He's a creator. And when he created us, he gave us free will. So that is a gift that was given to man. The only creatures, I don't know what's going on in the other galaxies. I don't know what kind of life is out there. I don't care. But here on Earth, the only, and only form of life that was given free will are humans. So even angels aren't given free will. Only humans are given free will. To some degree, because the angels did, they did go up against God, side with Satan, and went up against God to take over heaven. But okay, that's for another discussion. Anyway, but with this one, I just want to make the point: God has given us all free will. So he, being the creator of the universe, has given us free will to do, as we want. Of course, there are consequences if we do things that go out of the boundaries of his commandments and his laws and everything that he has set up. So, of course, there are boundaries and there are consequences, if we go outside of those. So we have that. We have that. But also, but with saying that, we have choices. We have free will to choose who we want, go where we want, whatever, within boundaries, and with him. So when he created us because he wanted us to love him, but he wanted us to love him freely. He didn't want to force us to love him. If he wanted us to force him to love him, he would have created robots. If he created robots, then he could program those robots to love him without, they're forced to love him because he programmed them that way. But he didn't do that with humans. He wants us to love him. He loves us endlessly, and he wants us to show him the same kind of affections that he has for us. But he's given us a choice as to whether or not we want to love him or if we don't want to love him. So he's given us that free will. Like I said, if he wanted to control us, he would have created robots. So when, and I think about when God was speaking to the disciples and he sent them out to win souls, and he basically said, those who do not accept you, don't force yourself on them. Just, accept, if they don't want to have anything to do with you, that's fine. Just go on your merry way and, just wipe the dust off of your feet from where you've come from them. So he basically told us, this is a lesson that he's telling us, that he does not want us to force ourselves onto people, just like he doesn't. God does not want anyone to go to hell. He does not want any of us to perish. But he is allowing us, he is giving us the choice to choose either him or not. And of course, if we don't choose him, then by default, we go to hell by default. We don't have to choose him. He wants us to choose him. He's not going to force us to choose him. He wants us to love him, but he wants us to love him unconditionally. He doesn't want to try and force us to love him. And so this principle, as you can see, him not forcing himself upon us, because he's a gentleman. He's classy. This is God. God does not force himself upon anyone. So looking at the time here. So yes, he doesn't force himself upon anyone, on anyone. He does not do that. So this is the example he was showing the disciples when he sent the disciples off to save souls, win souls, and when they would need a place to stay. And some people rejected them, and he just said, "That's fine. Don't get upset with them. Just wipe the dust off your feet from that area of from them." So that's basically all he said. Because God is a gentleman, and he was teaching his disciples the same thing, to not force yourself on people who do not want to have anything to do with you. This is a God thing. God does not force himself on anyone, and he's God. He created us. He was the one who created us. So, where am I going with this? So, whenever you see people forcing themselves on you for a friendship, be it a platonic relationship, be it a romantic relationship, be it like any kind of dynamic, and they're forcing themselves on you, and you have said, "Halt, stop. I don't want to have anything to do with you." And the person continues to force themselves on you and tries to find loopholes and other avenues and other ways in which to force a relationship on you. This is not of God. This is satanic. This is a satanic spirit. It is a demonic spirit. It is not a godly spirit. This is what Satan does. This is a classic example from the pages of the book that Satan has created. This is something that Satan does. He forces himself on people. He tries to force himself on people who are followers of Jesus Christ. He tries to force himself on people who are not followers of Jesus Christ, but who are living, a decent life. He tries to force himself on everyone. And he tries to find many, many ways in which he can force himself on people. If he can't get you one way, he will try to find another route in which to get to you. Because Satan is shameless. He has no shame. He has no dignity or class. And he just wants to force himself on you. He doesn't care how he gets you, as long as he gets you, because he's shameless. He didn't create us. But he wants to force relationship with us that we don't want with him. So this comes right from a page out of the book of Satan. So whenever you are dealing with individuals or groups of people, whatever dynamics it is, who are trying to force a relationship that you have said, "No, stop sign, I don't want this." It's demonic. This is a demonic and a satanic spirit. And this is something that you need to go into prayer about. If you have people or individuals trying to force themselves into having a relationship with you that you don't want, you need to go to pray. You need to pray to God about this. This is demonic. This is not normal. This is not healthy. If God, who created us, does not force himself on us and showed us an example through the disciples that he was discipling, to not force themselves on people. We're not supposed to force ourselves on people. We're supposed to respect people's boundaries. We all have boundaries. And if we don't want individuals crossing those boundaries, we have that right to insist on people not crossing them. But there are some people, there are lots of people out there who refuse to accept, to respect the boundaries that people put up in their lives. And this is a satanic spirit. This is a spirit of entitlement, which is not of God. This is a spirit of control. This is a spirit of manipulation. This is, and these spirits are all from hell. So you need to pray to God and ask God to intervene. If there are people who are trying to force relationships with you that you not only do not want, but you've expressed and made it quite clear that you do not want a relationship with the person or with the group or whatever, whoever, that you do not want to be a part of it, yet they are still trying to find cracks and holes and crevices to get into your life, to break you down mentally. This is not of God. God does not do stuff like this. Don't want a relationship with God? He's a gentleman. He'll leave you alone. So that is the message that I had to deliver, and I hope this serves you well. For those of you who are experiencing this, who are in a situation like this, I hope it helps you. So until next week, take care and God bless. Mwah.